Hello, Abul Maged. I sorry because I don't know how to pronounce your name well. Um, what you are saying is really interesting, mate. Um, so basically, I wrote you a comment, but and then I kept thinking a little bit about it, and I want to give you go a little bit deeper in my opinion, because actually I think that okay, there is one hand about this, which is that it's positive, right? Nowadays, there are so many sources to learn nearly whatever you want, right? Um, so if you like um, if you like programming, if you want to learn languages, the and the sources of information are there. Um, that is a great thing about the world in which we live. So there are there are technical resources to make the knowledge more democratic, right? So that is a great thing, right? But okay, that is positive. Nothing to say about it, right? Because can I say that it's negative? No, obviously no. It only has pros, right? Um, but there is another aspect that I want to tell you, that I obviously I think that it's not my idea, right? It's I want to make a reflection, right? About it. I invite everybody to think about it, because it's not obviously my exclusive idea, which is what which is a connection um, between obtaining a knowledge and why you are trying to obtain that knowledge, right? Because I think that when we try to obtain a certain knowledge, um, why are we doing that? Why are we studying a certain knowledge, certain topic? I think that we can make a classification to for three reasons, right? I think that there is a mixture, right? For example, we can there is a knowledge that we look for it for fun. Whereas it has a great component of fun, and we can situate English there, right? Uh, in lots of places, right? There are some places where English is really a necessity, right? But there are lots of places in which there is not a real it hasn't have a strong necessity, right? So we can situate the the study of these kinds of knowledge, with a high component of fun, right? Because with English, for example, we can understand interesting documentaries. It's a step, for example, to more knowledge. We can understand movies, we can understand music, which is has a high component of fun. And there is another important component which English has, which is related which is related with something that Christian mentioned in a podcast that he posted a couple of days ago, which is the phenomena of the Chinese restaurant. In his podcast, he mentioned this phenomena called Chinese restaurant, which is I'm going to stop the noise here, which is that the most people, well, I gave this interpretation, right? That most people want to try English because it's all body, nearly all body is learning English, right? So it's like a Chinese restaurant, right? Because everybody wants to go to the Chinese restaurant and try dishes, but the most people want to try the common dishes of the Chinese restaurant, but there are a few people that really want to try the more sophisticated dishes, right? And so those people, they pass on the information about the dishes, and it has a relation. That analogy has a relationship with English, right? Okay. There is that is one kind of knowledge that I think we try to obtain, right? Which is a knowledge that will give us a revenue, but it's not sure. It's not it's not sure that it will give us revenue, a measurable revenue, but for sure it will give us fun, right? That is sure. There is another kind of knowledge that I think that people could could follow, right? And there's another that I don't remember the word in this moment, which has a relationship with the work, the job in which we are, in which our current job, right, in our current work, and it highly will give us some revenue, right? For example, if you are working in tech, and you see here that there is a course related with programming, surely you will have a great motivation to learn that topic, right? Because it has relationship with your job. So this is a second kind of knowledge that I think you could pursue. That is the word that I was wanted to say. So one is I'm going to make a little cartoon of it, right? Fun. It's a cartoon, right? It's not real. Fun. What knowledge you want to obtain for fun in this cartoon, right? I I'm saying cartoon like an exaggeration, right? Fun. Strong relationship with your job, and there is another kind of knowledge that you could pursue, which is something that you don't have, you are not sure at all if it will give you some revenue, and it is strongly not so fun, right? For example, if you are not working, if your job hasn't any relationship, for example, with with tech, and you like programming, for example, but would you put your time, your effort in learning programming if you are really not sure that it will give you some revenue, it will give you some job? Would you put your effort, your time in that? So that is something that really you shouldn't, I think you wouldn't study, right? So even if you see that the that knowledge is for free here on the internet, you'll never put your effort to study that, because you really don't see that it will give you some revenue, right? Because you will invest so much time in it, so much effort, and you're not sure that it will give you some revenue. So you even if that knowledge is for free, you wouldn't study it, right? So that is a reflection, a thought that I wanted to share with you, Abdul Majed, because it's definitely something that we should consider, right? In relationship with this free knowledge, right? So, well, that's what I wanted to talk you. I hope that in fact, I want to congratulate you for sharing with us this topic, because in a spoken way, right? Because that's the most I think that that's the most important thing that we should do, right? No matter if we make mistakes, and no matter if it's difficult to give an opinion, because the most important thing here in Kangaroo English is practice, and try to talk, give our opinion, regardless is it if it's if you are talking in a good way, or or if you are wrong. It doesn't matter too much. Okay, so, well, okay, bye bye.